It's the evening of May 19th, just before sunset. It's May 20th, and it's my third day at sea. And it's just after sunrise in the morning, and we have virtually no wind. Here, take a look at what the sea looks like. In the distance, you see a cloud bank, and in fact it is a cloud bank, but just in front of that cloud bank is the island of Guadeloupe. Good morning, everybody. It's day 4, May 21st, and sunrise. And as you can see, it is another day of very, very light winds. And it looks like it's going to be a scorcher. We're going to have very little cloud. On the horizon, just below the sun, you'll see some heavy cloud extending to the north. And that's because we're right abeam of a few Caribbean islands, St. Christopher and islands north and south of that island. You can see that the sea is only perhaps 1 foot and no whitecaps and very, very light wind, as I said. Now, interestingly, I have, despite the light wind, the main has my third reef tucked in, and the reason for that is I'm trying to keep the jib full. We're only about 30 degrees from being downwind, 25 to 30 degrees to being perfectly downwind, and the main creates a wind shadow. So to keep the jib full, that's the reason I've reefed the main. Now, every day so far, I've been greeted with dolphins. No dolphins yet this morning, but I suspect we'll see them before the afternoon. The Mark III is doing a great job, despite being clobbered during the knockdown, which, if you're interested in seeing, that's episode 34. And in episode 34, I described the knockdown. I recalibrate the Mark III, and you can see the damage to the push pit, how twisted it is, and how off-center the Mark III is. But despite all that, the Mark III is doing perfect. It's an amazing piece of kit. I've had people ask me and take notes on it when I was in Martinique, and they asked me if I'd change anything, and quite honestly, I wouldn't change a thing. This is proving to be such a robust and reliable piece of kit, I wouldn't change a thing. So let's go down below and we'll take a look at the chart, and I'll show you precisely where I am and what my sail plan is for the rest of the day and the days ahead. Well, it's early in the morning and it's already 86 degrees Fahrenheit. It's going to be a hot one. which is not really unlike every other day we've had. But before I show you where we are in the chart, I just want to show you what Wave Rover looks like on the inside, where everything's been stowed and made ready for sea. So the hammock is a new addition, and I was lucky enough to have a mango tree nearby, and I was able to get a number of unripe and ripe mangoes. I've eaten the last ripe mango. Nope, there's one right there. And the green ones will become ripe over time, along with oranges and onions. Up forward, we have our sail storage, and the engine has been stowed. I won't be needing that until we get somewhere near home, somewhere near Prince Edward Island. Water is all stowed. Wet weather gear is ready to go, including my floater suit. That's the big orange item here. My communications center with my inReach, my tablet, and we'll take a look at that next to see where we are, and my VHF, which has the AIS function on it. Very handy. So first off, let's get an overview. So here we are in the Caribbean, and Wave Rover is right here, and I'll be heading on a line that looks like this. I'll be leaving Bermuda just a little bit to the west, and then heading up to Canada and coming in here, and right there where the pencil tip is, that's where we're headed. Okay, so let's take a closer look at where we are. So we started off right here in Martinique, and I've sailed up along the Windward Islands, and here I am right here. And let me get rid of that information. So I'll be heading up, I'll be altering course somewhere around here and heading north toward Bermuda, in the general direction of Bermuda. Now I expect heavy trades to fill in sometime after clearing the Caribbean, and then when that happens, I'll be set a little bit to the west. And when I'm set to the west, that's what I want, because I want to leave Bermuda on my starboard side as I head north. Right now we have very, very light winds for the Caribbean, and the reason is because somewhere right up here off the coast of Virginia is a tropical storm, and that tropical storm has really upset the whole dynamics of the weather in this area. So things are a little bit variable, a little bit unusual, but that'll all change as that storm moves north, and then we make our run right up the same path. Just to get a few extra miles, I've put the drifter up because conditions are so light and variable, and it's filling nicely. It still collapses a bit when we roll. Join me in the next episode as Wave Rover continues her northward trek.